Suspense. Your host is Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment, maker of over 400 products for cars, trucks, tractors, airplanes, and boats in 28 plants from coast to coast. Autolite products include a complete line of ignition-engineered, standard, and resistor-type spark plugs, instruments and gauges, die castings and plastic parts, battery cables, starting motors and starting motor armatures, generators and voltage regulators, and a complete line of batteries, including the famous Autolite Stay Full battery, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
Get yourself home, Archie, before the storm gets worse.
I'll be through in a minute, Mr. Richards.
That was the last train, Charlie. Why didn't you lock up?
My ma's coming to pick me up. She's crossed at the movie.
Again? What'd she do? Live there?
No, but, you know, she's afraid to stay home alone nights since it happened.
Well, you can't blame the poor woman.
No, so I guess you can't.
You ain't even safe in your own house in this town anymore. See you in the morning.
Night.
Good night.
My suitcases all the way down the platform. Would you bring them in for me, please?
Not at all. Well, Mrs. Collins, welcome home. Did you just get off that train?
Why, Charlie! Well, you're still on your summer job. I thought you'd be back at the university by now.
I'm not going back there anymore.
What?
They're all a lot of fools up there.
Oh, don't say that. But, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you're back. I wanted to talk to you about it. You know, I missed you.
Well, that's very flattering. I hope I can get home before the roads get too bad.
You're not going all the way out to Indian Neck now.
Why, yes, of course.
You better stay at the Winslow house.
Well, I never minded a good autumn storm.
I know, but your house has been closed for 3 weeks. It'll be cold, and you won't have anything to eat.
Well, that's all right. I'll stop and get something for breakfast, and I do want to get home.
It's lonesome up there. You stay at Winslow House.
Well, Charlie, you don't have to worry about me.
What they got in here? The gold of the Indies?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. They are heavy. Here.
Thank you. I don't accept tips. Don't offer me any again.
Oh, sorry. I don't remember seeing him before. Who is he?
Said he used to be a school teacher.
A school teacher? What's he doing here?
He's new. You know, a lot of changes can take place in a small town in 3 weeks, Mrs. Connell.
Oh, yes, obviously. Well, Mrs. Collins, well, we never expected to see you back in Waverly again, did we, Charles?
Hi, Ma.
Well, why not? I just went to visit my mother.
Oh, that's what they always say when there's domestic trouble.
Domestic trouble?
Yes. Your husband cleared out of town, too, right after you left. Charlie keeps a sharp eye on passengers.
My husband stayed at his club in Boston.
Did he now?
3 weeks is a long time for a man and wife in love to be separated.
Charlie says he'd never leave his wife for a minute if he was ever married.
Oh, Ma, I'm gonna get married. I wouldn't leave you.
I see that my husband and I have given the town something to talk about, eh?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about? Why, we even thought it could have been your sweet hubby who did it.
Who did what?
You don't know? Why, your friend Buddy Jackson was found in his truck out Indian Neck Road, dead. Dead?
Murdered?
With a knife. Well, how terrible. Yes, we thought you'd be upset.
Why would anyone want to murder poor Buddy Jackson?
Some jealous husband could have done it.
But he was just a simple gardener.
Yes, but very attractive, you know. Young and good-looking. And, well, they tell me that he was putting in some shrubs for you that very afternoon when it happened.
Well, I did order some shrubs, but... Oh, poor Buddy.
Mr. Collins didn't come with you, dear.
No. He's driving out. He had an important business meeting in the city.
Business.
Poor Buddy. Look, I've got to get home. Charlie, would you get me a taxi?
Taxi? You can't get anybody to take you way out Indian Neck Road tonight. You stay at Winslow House.
Charlie, I want to get home.
I'll drive you.
What?
Not afraid, are you?
Well, no, of course not. I'd be very grateful.
I'll take it back.
Well, Miss Collins, don't you think that my Charles is much better this year?
Yes, I do think he doesn't seem quite so nervous.
The psychiatrist at college wanted me to send him to a sanatorium for treatment, but I said all the boy needs is a job and a mother's love, and it has done wonders.
Yes, I think he seems fine.
He's very fond of you, dear.
Well, I'm glad, because he's a nice boy. Good night, Mrs. Winston. Good night, Charlie.
And Ma? All ready to go home?
Yes, all ready, son.
Archie, I've got the package. Look, just bring the grip. Oh, all right. Thank you. Oh.
Entree, s'il vous plaît, mademoiselle. Why do you laugh, Mrs. Collins?
What, you speak French?
Why should that amuse you? I studied at the University of Montpellier.
Oh, that's odd.
You think so, do you?
Well, no, I only meant that it's strange. A man of your education should be working in a railroad station.
I worked my way up
Oh.
from the gutter. I'll put your bags upstairs.
Oh, no, never mind. My husband will do that when he comes.
Oh. Very well. Would you like me to put that stuff over there in the refrigerator?
Oh, no, it isn't turned on yet. I'll take care of it later. Look, thank you.
I told you, I don't accept tips.
Look, I was paying you for a service.
Nothing could pay me for the pleasure it's been to be of service to you. Good night.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Winston. It's Connie Collins.
Oh, did you get home all right, dear?
Oh, yes, all right.
Oh,
But I
it's
wanted
a
to
terrible storm. I'm expecting the power to be shut off any minute.
Well, Miss, I'm a little bewildered. I turned off the refrigerator when I left, and now there's beer in it, and it's cold, and there was a plant here that's been freshly watered.
Well, Mr. Collins probably ordered in some beer and then turned on the refrigerator.
He doesn't drink beer. And I left my plants in Buddy Jackson's greenhouse when I left.
Oh, that's odd. That's very odd.
Hello? There seems to be something wrong with the line.
Mrs. Collins, isn't there some way of your getting back here to town? Well, you know, there have been a lot of robberies since you've been away. The Fowler's house was broken into, and the Hamiltons, and now what with Buddy Jackson's murder? Hello? Hello, are you there, Mrs. Collins? Can you hear me?
Hello, Miss Winston? Miss Winston?
second act of The Far Off House, starring Judith Evelyn with Douglas Watson.
Under that bed.
Charlie, you better get out of here. And you take whatever you want and get out.
You're not very hospitable.
I won't say a word. You just take whatever you want and leave.
Complicated than that. You know who I am. Just like Buddy Jackson knew.
Buddy Jackson?
Your gardener, remember? He came here all of a sudden, too, and saw me.
What? You killed him?
What else could I do?
But you're crazy!
Don't say that about me. I don't want anyone to say that about me. Electricity's off. How come that bell rings?
Charlie, it's on batteries. Look, you better answer it. It's my husband.
Your husband? Sure. Sure, I'll answer.
Yeah? Excuse me, mister. I'm sorry to bother you, but we're lost. What's the road to Waverly?
Keep going straight, 5 miles.
Thanks a lot, mister. Yeah. Come on, Dee.
My wife's afraid of the storm. She's calling me.
Let's get out of here.
Connie, I like you. Connie, open up, Connie. I like you.
And if I don't?
Then I shall have to burn down your pretty house. And you locked in. I'll tell my ma. I came up here to see if you were all right. And the house was blazing. And I tried to save you. And I couldn't. That's what I'll tell her. And when they find that silver and the jewels, what do you suppose they'll suspect? Your husband!
Doors were all locked, but I found this ladder in the shed.
I'm gonna open that door. I'm waiting, Mrs. Collins, I'm waiting. You've got your choice. I've got the matches in my hand. I've got the matches in my hand.
I'll come out.
Quickly. Mrs. Collins, you look as if you're expecting me to call.
Throw that knife on the bed. I've got an automatic in my hand, and I won't hesitate to use it. Don't you believe me?
Why, Archie, I didn't think you had it in.
I never underestimate a school teacher, Charlie.
Archie, you'll get a reward for this. The poor fellow's crazy. He would have killed me if you hadn't come.
Bring me a knife, Mrs. Collins.
Yes, of course I will.
And don't come near me. Just put it down on the bed right here.
Why, What's the matter?
I'm working my way up, remember? Put it down. I came for the sack, Charlie. Get it for me. Go ahead. I knew you had it hidden here.
How did you know, Archie?
I followed you here last week. That's it. Now I'll be able to leave this dreary town.
No. Oh, no, you're not going to leave me with him, are you? He's sick.
We're all sick, Mrs. Collins, but I've found a very pleasant remedy. I take only the best out of life. I let other people do the work, and then I reap the rewards. It's a very satisfying philosophy.
Operator! Get me the police. This is Mrs. Collins on an Indian Neck Road. Quickly, right away.
Mrs. Collins! Mrs. Collins!
Hello.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Collins. Wasn't that a terrible storm? You know, I haven't slept a wink. But Charlie's upstairs, sound asleep.
Have you looked?
Who is it?
Charlie. Charlie, this is your mother. She's worried about you. You'd better tell her where you are.
Oh, he's such a good boy. Works hard all day long. Takes care of his poor mother. Treats her like a queen.
Hello, Ma.
Charlie. Charlie, whatever are you doing over there? You come right home, do you hear?
Oh, okay, Ma. Okay, I'm coming home, Ma. What's the matter?
Charlie. Charlie, listen to me. The police are coming for you.
Police?
Yes, Charlie, the police.
Why don't you send for the police? You're my friend.
But Charlie, you're sick.
Did I do something wrong again?
Yes, Charlie. Charlie, you should have gone to the sanitarium.
Okay, Miss Collins. You've been kind to me. I'll do anything you say.
And so Autolite has brought you another story of suspense. Tonight our drama was entitled The Far Off House. Our star, Judith Evelyn, with Douglas Watson and Henry Jones. In just a moment, I'll tell you the title of our suspense story for next week. But before we say goodnight, I want to remind you drivers that when it comes to batteries, the Autolite Stay Full, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use, is tops. And I also want to remind you to be sure and stop in and see your Autolite battery dealer this week. You know, he services all makes of batteries, and he has special test equipment to check yours and make sure that you're all set for cold weather driving. If you need a new one, he'll have an Autolite Stay Full battery for your car. So be sure and stop in and see him this week, won't you? Now, you can find an Autolite battery dealer wherever you see this sign, or you can quickly learn his location simply by picking up the telephone, calling Western Union by number, and asking for Operator 25, please.
That's right. Just ask for me, Operator 25. I'll gladly tell you the name of your nearest Autolite battery dealer where you can get an Autolite Stay Full battery. Just call Western Union and ask for Operator 25. And remember,
You're always right with Autolite. Next week, Gangster in Exile, a story taken from real life. A story well calculated to keep you in suspense. This is the CBS Television Network.